Hi, my name is Bruce Berry, Northwest Fly Fishing Rep in Oregon and Washington. I'm down at the Caddis Fly on the Oregon Fly Fishing blog, and today we're talking saltwater flies with a shrimp. Okay, so today we're tying this fly. It's a shrimp. I call it the Equator shrimp. It was kind of born in Christmas Island, and it really started with the guy that owns Pro Sportfisher in Denmark, asking why Americans don't fish with these because they're so deadly. So I took some, and they work. They're crazy good. This particular color is an olive, and you can either do a tan belly for like an egg sac or a pearl belly, but Eckes is one of the main guides at the villages in Christmas Island, so we actually named the product after him. After showing this fly, he showed it to me in this color, and we made that product in his honor. So this is a fairly intense fly. It's going to be a long video. Saddle up if you want to see a good saltwater fly. This should be, I think, in just about every box and just about every destination. They're really cool. The hook is going to be an Ahrex, either an NS150 or an SA250. They make two versions. I think one has a different coating, but it's a great hook. Triggers don't generally bite through it. I haven't bent out even a size 8 with big triggers. And I think with bonefish flies, which they'll eat, a lot of times if they get them in their mouth, they'll break the line. These are a little bit longer shanks, so a lot of times you see them come in with the dumbbells and the line outside, so you land more fish. This is a great hook, almost regardless of what pattern you're putting on it. All right, so the materials we'll need is an olive dubbing. You need some kind of an olive hair. We're going with Chacon's legs, some like peacock or green crystal flash, ice dub UV pearl. I'm gonna use some Trout Hunter 4X to hold everything down. You will need, these are double extra small shrimp shells, which fits an Ahrex size 8. An extra small shrimp shell would fit an Ahrex size 6. And then small would fit an Ahrex size 4. So those are hook to shell ratio. If you use a different hook, you got to kind of figure that out. All right, and then the tools you're going to need is one of these, one of those, pair of scissors, dubbing tool, whip finisher, and a bodkin or a pick, Pro Sportfisher UV Thin Flex resin and a light. Here we go. All right, so there's probably a million videos with eyeballs already put on the fly, so we're not gonna show you that. I'm sure if you don't know, you'll find that video easily, and most guys that have tied for a long time know it. We'll start some thread. I'm going with white rather than olive, just because of the body. It's gonna be that UV pearl ice dub, and I don't want a colored thread to muddy it up. So what we're putting on here is a little bit of dubbing towards the bend of the hook. We're just going to dub this tight and build up a little porch. It's going to prop that carapace up in the position we want. And with this hook, it's tricky not to nick the point of the hook because these Ahrex hooks are sharp and it'll break your thread. Oh, it's just a little bit light on the dubbing there. And we're going to actually tie up onto this thing, so I kind of want it a little fatter here, tapering back. So close. Okay, just like that. And then you also want to be careful because these Ahrex hooks don't have a huge gap. So you want to get this prop and everything done so the fly works and rides right, but you don't want to close off the gap so the fish can't get the business into the hook. All right, so now take your hair, fin raccoon, marble fox, Arctic foxtail, doesn't really much matter. For this one, I'm taking out a good majority of the guard. There'll still be some left. And then we're going to take out the shorties. And I'm going to go a little bit past halfway. This carapace is going to help bulk the body and give it some taper. So the first one, I'll take even a couple more out. First one's pretty short, so about like that. Bring that to the hook. Let's check the length. That's good. Okay, now not just to the dubbing bump you made, actually up onto the dubbing bump. There we go, that looks just right. Now I'll go back a little bit farther for our second piece. It'll just be a hair longer. It'll kind of have that tapered carapace look to it. Mouth part, I don't know, whatever. Like a loose kind of pencil, roughly, for thickness. I'm going to take a bunch of the guards out, but I'm going to leave some. A few more than the first hank, like that, and we'll get rid of the shorties. Okay, that's good for length, and whack. Okay, so skinny, then it's going to get a little fatter. And we'll bring that tie-in point to match the first piece, like so. And you can see the shape of the body starting to get, fat in the back, skinny towards the front. That looks pretty good. All right, so first leg tire side, we're going to run that kind of, you'll see it on the side nearest the camera. We're going to run these kind of low as feelers. Don't climb up there. There we go. Okay, one. I can't see what's going on over there, but I want you to be able to see. Oop. Come on, you. Okay, there we go. Yep, that's good. We'll probably trim those. Yeah, about like that. I think these really help the fly track and stay, help the fly kill as you're stripping it and doing your thing. All right. Now we're not going to go quite as far back. Two more legs over the top. All right, and we'll splay those one on each side. Don't cut your thread. Sweet. These will be a little bit longer than our rudders. And that'll sit down later as you see the rest of the fly get built. And last, tie-in for the back end. 2 pieces of the green or peacock crystal flash. There we go. And we are going to leave these the longest, which can be trimmed as needed while fishing. All right. Now, if you're a trout hunter fan, you'll know that yellow band is 4X. We're going to grab a piece of 4X to bind down our shrimp shell. That's pretty long. Come on, buddy. Okay. Form a dubbing loop. I've been using this old hairline guide for a long time. That's my style. And for this, I like to just lean it against the table so it sits at like a 45-degree angle. We'll close the dubbing loop. Come on, buddy, stay out of the way. Okay, to close that dubbing loop with a couple of wraps around it. And we're going to bring that all the way forward. Okay, good. See there. All right, so when I make the mess of this stuff, if you can, try to keep the bulk towards the top of the loop, and then it should thin out as you move down. You're not going to probably be able to see that in the video, but if you can do that, it might take a go or two. The fly will taper kind of naturally and just how you want it. Spin that up. Okay. I don't know if you guys could see this thing. So that's actually much thicker on the rope down here and thinner up here. That worked out just how I want it. Now we're going to pick some of the legs back out. Oh, come on. There we go. Good. I do like to grab it the base with a hackle plier so that it doesn't slip off my dubbing tool, and get rid of the dubbing tool. All right, so now we're just going to bring that good. And if you've done this right, you've got enough gap that the fish can still get the hook. So we're just sweep and wrap, put touching wraps in there. Sweep and wrap. Sweep and wrap. Sweep and wrap. It'll take a few goes to make that dubbing loop basically run out right when you get to the eyeballs, but that word worked out just right. Okay, now at this point, so that nothing comes undone, it'd be smart to put a quick half hitch or whip finish in it. Okay. Now we're going to preen this body a little, pick out any trapped fibers. Well, not all of them, but you're going to get, he'll fill and loosen up. Giant fuzzy shrimp. Yeah, the bottom will look a lot better. Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. Don't worry if the fly looks like a mess at this stage. It always does, and it'll come together at the end. All right, so now what I want to do is take and part down the middle. Kind of give you a left and a right. Pretty flat on top. And if you got some little, okay, there we go. Now we're ready for a shell. This is, again, it's a double extra small. Equus olive is the color. And I like to put a little speck of UV on these eyeballs. We'll try to do one and see if the camera can pick it up so you can see. So a very little bit. And that really makes the eyes stand out, if you can see that gloss black. All right, there's like 6 witness marks to get the shrimp off of the card. This one ripped a little bit, so I'll just cut there, cut there, oh, and cut there. All right, shrimp shell's ready. Okay, so we get them on, slide that little V to the back. The tail on that extra small will line up right in the tying point. And 1, 2, 3, good. Now you take your forks that you tied in previously, and this is a little bit tricky. All right, so to wind through that, that's where you're going to need that bodkin and that pick again. So when I get through there, I don't want to trap all those fibers. So I'm just going to kind of tunnel a little alley for that to come through. Put just a little bit of tension on that shrimp shell and get right behind the head portion. There we go. Rib your way back and pick your way through. This won't take a ton of time, just a little bit of patience. Two. This really helps to kind of work, once you're done with the body, to pick through it and open it up. Makes this step a lot easier and a lot less of a headache. That's 3. 4, out on 5. Well, 5 and out on 6. Okay. All right, the whip finish, we're not quite done. We got a couple of steps to create a durable, really good fishing shrimp. This is also something where if you want to put a little tan fuzz on the bottom and the back, or do the complete bottom in a tan, these olive shrimp out at Christmas Island carry tan colored eggs. So olive and tan, I know it's a weird color, but it works really well. All right, so here's your basic shrimp. Get that 50-50. And then here's how we finish it. All right, with the bodkin, you've trapped a few fibers undoubtedly by ribbing the shell into place. So we're going to pick that back out. Here's another thing to mention as well. The thickness of your body, right, and it'll take a few goes, that shrimp shell should come over to the lateral line and over to the lateral line. That's going to make them work. If your body's really skinny, the shell will kind of wrap all the way around it, and then it'll look like a scud. This is tied right. That might take an attempt or two. All right, so once I get everything picked out, I'm going to get in here and I'm going to divide that 50-50 down the middle again. Get them left and right. This really makes this fly durable. All right, so just a little more preening. Okay, that's good. The camera should be able to pick this up. All right, and then we're gonna take some of that UV resin and just mash some into the body from front to back. And that's gonna hold those fibers like legs outwards. This will cut out later. All right, so it's in there, in the bottom of the fly. 1, 2, 3, done. Yep, fully cured. A good glue and a good light does not take 30 seconds to get it done. Okay, so those are gone. Now, we've got a bunch of crazy fuzz, so trimming from tight to fanning out. I'll get that cut done and then show you when I'm finished. And the last step, I mean, everybody that's saltwater fish knows how mean fish can be to flies. So we're gonna take some of that resin. Run it over the shell. It'll make your ribs with the either monofilament or fluoro disappear. Get a little bit of sauce in that upper part, not a ton, but if you want this to be durable, I've seen fish rip this thing right in half when I didn't get it all the way glued. Just a little bit. Get a good resin too. Pro Sportfisher Thin Flex is excellent. It has really good bonding power. It dries flexible and it's very, very durable. An alternative would be the Gulf resins if you guys use that. Good stuff. All right, so it's a nice light coat. 1, 2, 3, done. And I don't know what the best angle is, but we've got a finished Equator shrimp. Deadly good, easy to cast, durable, bones, triggers, blue fins, everybody likes them. And then, like I said, when you want to size up to a 6, go to an extra small shell. When you want to size up to a 4, a small shell. If you want to size up to a 2 on this Ahrex hook, a medium shell, and the double extra small for the 8. Thanks for stopping by and looking.